Success doesn't happen by accident. If you want a better life, you have to work on a better you. Every single day you have a choice. Stay the same or level up. The way you start your morning is the way you start your life. If you wake up rushing, running late, and already behind, guess what? You just set the tone for the rest of your day. You're already in reactive mode instead of being in control. You cannot expect success if you wake up in panic and chaos every single morning. Winners wake up on purpose and with purpose. They don't just roll out of bed, they rise with a plan. The first thing you do in the morning should never be checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or complaining about how tired you are. You don't wake up just to exist. You wake up to make moves. If you want to improve yourself every day, set a morning routine that fuels your mind and body. That could be prayer, meditation, working out, reading, or even just sitting in silence and planning your day. You need something that tells your mind, we're in charge today. Excuses like, I'm not a morning person, won't cut it. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. like a Navy SEAL, but you do have to start your day with intention. If you always wake up late, rushing to work, skipping breakfast, and feeling like you have no control, how can you expect success? Successful people don't start their day by accident, they design it. If you're waking up without a plan, then you're leaving your success up to chance. And let me tell you, chance don't care about your dreams. Your morning should be about getting your mind right, getting your body moving, and getting ahead before the world even wakes up. You don't need a fancy routine. Just pick something that gives you clarity, energy, and focus. Start setting your alarm earlier. Stop hitting snooze. And stop letting your day happen to you. You happen to your day. Too many people are stuck in reverse. They keep reliving their mistakes, their failures, and their regrets like they're on a loop. And guess what? The more you focus on your past, the more it controls you. Your past is supposed to be a lesson, not a life sentence. You cannot drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. If all you do is focus on what you did wrong, you'll never see the opportunities right in front of you. The reason some people never move forward is that they refuse to let go of the baggage that's weighing them down. Listen, everybody has made mistakes. Everybody has failed, fallen, and messed up. But what separates winners from everyone else is that winners learn and move on. They don't sit in their past feeling sorry for themselves. Holding on to past failures will keep you from taking new risks. You'll start doubting yourself before you even try. You'll tell yourself, I failed before, so I'll fail again. That's a lie. You're smarter now. You're stronger now. You've grown. And if you apply what you learned, you won't fail the same way twice. Forgive yourself for whatever happened. The only way to build a better future is to stop reliving the past. Take the lesson, leave the pain, and move forward. You can't start a new chapter if you keep rereading the old ones. Your past is over, but your future is waiting for you to show up. It's time to step up and own what's next. Fear is the number one thing keeping people stuck. It's not lack of talent, it's not bad luck, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of what people might say. But let me tell you something, fear is a liar. Everything you want, growth, success, happiness, it's all on the other side of fear. If you don't challenge yourself to step into discomfort, you will never reach your full potential. You will stay stuck in the same routines, the same habits, the same mindset. Successful people are not fearless, they just do it scared. They feel the fear and take the action anyway. They know that fear is just a test to see how badly you want something. The problem is that most people let fear control them. They wait until they feel ready, but the truth is you will never feel ready. You have to act before you feel prepared, before you feel comfortable. The easiest way to build confidence is by proving to yourself that fear doesn't own you. And the only way to do that is by facing it head on. Every day, do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Speak up in a meeting. Introduce yourself to someone new. Say yes to an opportunity that scares you. The more you push past fear, the stronger you become. Fear never fully disappears, but you will get to a point where you know how to move through it. You will become fearless in action, even if you're still scared on the inside. Fear is just the price you pay for a better life. And trust me, it's worth it. Most people understand the importance of feeding their bodies, but they completely neglect what they're feeding their minds. They wake up and put food in their stomach, but never put knowledge in their heads. They consume junk all day, gossip, negativity, meaningless entertainment, and wonder why they feel stuck. If you want to improve yourself every day, you have to start feeding your mind like your success depends on it, because it does. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you constantly plant doubt, fear, and negativity, that's exactly what's going to take over. But if you fill your mind with wisdom, positivity, and knowledge, then you'll start seeing new opportunities, new ideas, and new ways to win. The problem is that most people don't even realize they're feeding themselves the wrong things. They wake up and immediately start scrolling through social media, watching bad news, and surrounding themselves with small-minded conversations. If you're serious about self-improvement, you have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. That means reading books that challenge you, listening to podcasts that inspire you, and watching content that helps you grow. Instead of wasting hours watching pointless videos, start consuming things that move you forward. Knowledge is everywhere, but most people don't take advantage of it. They'll spend money on fast food, but not on a book that could change their life. You need to audit your mental diet. Ask yourself, what am I listening to every day? What kind of conversations am I having? What kind of content am I consuming? If the things you're feeding your mind aren't making you better, then they're making you worse. There is no in between. What you allow into your mind will either push you forward or hold you back. You can't grow if you keep feeding yourself garbage. The most successful people in the world they don't stop feeding their minds just because they left school. They understand that every day is an opportunity to learn something new. They read, they ask questions, they surround themselves with people who challenge them to think bigger. That's how you improve, by constantly expanding your mind. If you're not growing, you're dying. And let's talk about the people around you. Who you spend time with is just as important as what you feed your mind. If you're always around negative, lazy, unmotivated people, that energy is going to rub off on you. You need to surround yourself with people who challenge you, people who inspire you, and people who are also on a mission to be better. If your circle isn't feeding your mind, it's time to change your circle. Your mind is your most valuable asset, and if you don't take care of it, you will never reach your full potential. You wouldn't put poise in your body, so why are you putting it in your mind? What you feed yourself today determines who you become tomorrow. You have to choose to nourish your mind with things that make you stronger, smarter, and more prepared for success. The reason most people never grow is simple. They avoid discomfort. They want success, but they don't want the struggle that comes with it. They want to get in shape, but they don't want the struggle. They want to make more money, but they don't want to put in the extra effort. They want a better life, but they don't want to go through the discomfort of changing their habits. But let me tell you something. Growth and comfort cannot exist in the same place. If you want to improve yourself every single day, you have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. That dream job is going to require you to apply, interview, and possibly get rejected a few times. That healthy body, it's going to require you to sweat, push yourself, and say no to things you used to indulge in. That financial freedom is going to require you to take risks, learn new skills, and do things that scare you. If you are unwilling to step into discomfort, you are choosing to stay exactly where you are. Most people spend their whole lives avoiding pain, but what they don't realize is that discomfort is the gateway to growth. The most successful people in the world are not the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones who can handle the most discomfort. They are willing to wake up early, work harder than everyone else, hear no 1,000 times, fail publicly, and still keep going. The average person quits the moment things get uncomfortable, but a winner pushes through. Your body, your mind, and your spirit all grow through resistance. When you go to the gym, you don't get stronger by lifting easy weights. You get stronger by pushing against heavier resistance. When you're learning a new skill, you don't improve by staying where it's easy. You grow by struggling through the hard parts. When you're chasing your dreams, you don't get closer by avoiding challenges. You level up by facing them head on. Discomfort is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're growing. People want to wait until they feel ready, but the truth is you will never feel ready. That's just fear trying to keep you in the same place. You have to take action before you feel comfortable, before you feel prepared, before you feel confident. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. You don't become great by waiting for the perfect moment. You become great by stepping into uncertainty and figuring it out along the way. The secret to long-term success is learning how to embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it. When something scares you, instead of running from it, start running towards it. When something is hard, instead of quitting, tell yourself, this is making me stronger. The moment you start training your mind to see discomfort as a challenge instead of a threat, everything in your life will change. Every level of your life will demand a new version of you, and getting to that next level will never feel easy. But if you can learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, if you can embrace the struggle instead of avoiding it, you will unlock doors that most people will never even see. The ones who win are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept going even when it was hard. Too many people are sitting around waiting for motivation to show up like it's some magical force that's going to change their lives. They think one day they'll wake up feeling inspired, full of energy, and ready to take action. But let me tell you something. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you'll feel fired up, and other days you won't even want to get out of bed. If you base your success on how motivated you feel, you will never accomplish anything long term. The real key to self-improvement is discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. Discipline is going to the gym when you'd rather sit on the couch. Discipline is working on your dreams when everyone else is out partying. It's about making a commitment to yourself and sticking to it no matter how you feel in the moment. Think about the most successful people in the world, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. Do you think they feel motivated every single day? No, but they don't wait to feel like it. They train when they're tired. They work when they're uninspired. They show up even on the days when it's the last thing they want to do. That's what separates winners from everyone else. They rely on discipline, not motivation. The problem is that most people quit the moment motivation fades. They start something with excitement, but as soon as it gets hard, as soon as they don't feel like doing it anymore, they stop. That's why people abandon their goals, break their promises to themselves, and stay stuck in the same cycle. They let their feelings control their actions instead of their commitment. If you only do things when you feel like it, you will never achieve anything great. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. At first, it's going to be hard. Your mind is going to fight you. It's going to tell you to take the easy way out. But every time you push through that resistance, every time you do the hard thing anyway, you are building mental strength. And over time, what used to feel impossible will become your new normal. The secret to success is not some magical burst of inspiration. It's creating routines and habits that make success inevitable. If you want to get in shape, don't wait to feel like working out. Set a schedule and follow it, no matter what. If you want to start a business, don't wait until you're in the mood to work. Set deadlines and stick to them no matter how you feel. Build habits that keep you on track even when motivation disappears. There will always be days when you don't feel like showing up. There will always be moments when your energy is low, your mood is off, and you'd rather take the easy way out. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the average from the elite. The ones who win in life are not the ones who feel motivated all the time. They're the ones who show up regardless of how they feel. The number one thing holding most people back isn't a lack of talent, money, or opportunity. It's excuses. People have a reason for everything. I don't have time. I don't have the right connections. I'm too old. I'm too young. I've been through too much. But let me tell you something. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build dreams. Excuses don't create success. The only thing they do is keep you stuck exactly where you are. If you want to improve yourself every single day, you have to drop the excuses and take full responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame other people. It's easy to say your boss, your family, your past, or the economy is the reason you're not where you want to be. But the truth is, as long as you're blaming something or someone else, you're giving away your power. You are putting your success in someone else's hand. You are making yourself a victim instead of taking control. The moment you stop making excuses and take ownership of your life, that's the moment everything starts to change. Taking responsibility. Doesn't mean life is fair. It doesn't mean you haven't faced struggles or challenges. What it means is that you refuse to let those struggles define you. It means you acknowledge that no matter what happened in the past, your future's still in your hands. Life may have dealt you a bad hand, but it's your choice whether you play it smart or sit there complaining about the cards. Winners find a way, losers find an excuse. The hard truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to fix your life for you. If you don't take action, if you don't make changes, if you don't step up, nothing will change. People waste years waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to help them, waiting for life to get easier, but that moment never comes. The only way to win is to stop waiting and start moving. Look at the people who have built success from nothing. They didn't have perfect conditions. They didn't have an easy road. What they had was a mindset that said, I will not make excuses. I will take responsibility for my future. They got up early, stayed up late, put in the extra hours, and refused to quit when things got tough. They didn't sit around talking about how unfair life was. They worked with what they had and made the best of it. Your results in life are a direct reflection of your choices. If you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what am I doing or not doing that's keeping me here? It's not the government. It's not the economy. It's not your family. It's your decision. Every day you have a choice to make progress or make excuses, to take responsibility or to blame others, to step up or stay stuck. The moment you stop making excuses, the moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life, that's the moment your real power kicks in. That's the moment you start moving forward. That's the moment you take full control of your destiny. Most people are terrified of failure. They see it as something to avoid at all costs, something that defines them, something that proves they weren't good enough. But the truth is, failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Failing doesn't stop you. Quitting does. Freezing up because you're scared to fail is what keeps people stuck in the same place for years. If you want to improve yourself every single day, you have to learn how to move forward. That means using failure as fuel, as feedback, as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Look at any successful person in the world, and I guarantee they fail more times than most people have even tried. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They didn't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They didn't quit when things got hard. They took the lessons, adjusted their approach, and kept moving forward. That's why they succeeded. They weren't smarter, lucky, or more talented. They were just willing to keep going when others gave up. Too many people let fear of failure freeze them in place. They overthink, they analyze, they wait for the perfect moment, and they do nothing. They convince themselves that playing it safe is the better option, but in reality, doing nothing is the biggest risk of all. If you never take action, you will never grow. If you never make mistakes, you will never learn. If you never step outside your comfort zone, you will never reach the level of success you're truly capable of. Failure is not proof that you should quit. It's proof that you're in the game. The fact that you failed means you were bold enough to try, and that alone puts you ahead of most people. Every failure carries a lesson, and those lessons are what make you stronger. The only way to truly fail is to refuse to learn from your mistakes. If you see failure as a teacher instead of an obstacle, you'll realize that every misstep is just a setup for a comeback. People spend too much time thinking about what could go wrong instead of focusing on what could go right. They let the fear of embarrassment, rejection, or disappointment hold them back. But let me tell you something. Nobody who ever accomplished anything great did it without failing along the way. The most successful entrepreneurs have failed at multiple businesses before they made it. The best athletes have lost more games than they've won. The greatest performers have been rejected hundreds of times before they got their big break. The key is to fail fast and fail forward. Don't waste time dwelling on mistakes. Don't sit in self-pity or let one failure define your future. Instead, ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I do better next time? Then adjust and take action again. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you grow. The ones who succeed in life are not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who get back up every single time. Playing it safe is an illusion. There is no safety in staying the same. The only way to get better, to get stronger, to move forward is to take action, make mistakes, and learn from them. You can't let failure stop you. You have to use it, grow from it, and let it push you towards success. Your life is a reflection of the words you speak. Every time you open your mouth, you are either building yourself up or tearing yourself down. You are either speaking power over your life or placing limitations on yourself. Too many people talk about what they can do, what's too hard, or why things never work out for them. And then they wonder why they stay stuck. Your words are shaping your reality every single day, whether you realize it or not. If you want to improve yourself, you have to start speaking life, strength, and victory into your situation. Look at the most successful people in the world, and you notice they speak differently. They don't say, I can't do this. They say, I will find a way. They don't say, I'm not good enough. They say, I am learning, I am growing, and I am getting better every day. They don't say, I'll never make it. They say, I am built for this, and I will succeed. Your mind believes what you tell it, and if you keep feeding it doubt, fear, and negativity, that's exactly what your life will reflect. Some of you have been talking yourselves out of success for years. You've convinced yourself that you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough. But let me tell you something. You will never rise higher than the words you speak over yourself. If you keep saying nothing ever works out for me, then don't be surprised when nothing works out. If you keep saying I'll never be successful, then don't be shocked when you stay exactly where you are. Your words create your world. Think about this. Every single day you are making declarations about your future, whether you realize it or not. You are either speaking power into your life or problems into your life. What if instead of saying, I always mess things up, you started saying, I am learning, I am improving, and I will get this right? What if instead of saying, I'm broke and struggling, you start saying, I am working on my financial breakthrough and I am making progress every day? Words are not just sounds. They are forces that shape reality. The way you speak about yourself determines the way you see yourself. And the way you see yourself determines the way you act. If you speak with confidence, you will move with confidence. If you declare success, you will start to believe in your success. But if you keep tearing yourself down, doubting yourself, and speaking failure over your life, you will never reach the next level. The shift starts with your language. Speak like someone who is going places. Speak like someone who is built for greatness. You wouldn't let someone else disrespectfully talk to you, so why are you doing it to yourself? The words you speak to yourself in private matter more than anything anyone else says about you. It doesn't matter what your past looks like, what people have told you, or what society says. You have the power to rewrite your story with your words. Start saying, I am capable, I am strong, I am worthy, I am improving every day, I am built for success. Say it until you believe it, and once you believe it, you will start acting like it. Your words are like seeds. Whatever you plant, you will harvest. If you plant doubt, you will harvest struggle. If you plant confidence, you will harvest success. If you plant negativity, you will harvest obstacles. But if you plant faith, strength, and determination, you will harvest breakthroughs. Speak power over your life and watch how everything starts to change. In this world of social media and instant gratification and constant updates, it's so easy to get caught up in comparing your life to someone else's. You scroll through your feed and see people living what seems like their best life. Vacations, new cars, new jobs, success left and right. And you start to wonder, why not me? What am I doing wrong? But here's the cold truth. Comparison is a thief of joy. The moment you start comparing yourself to others is the moment you stop appreciating your journey. Stop looking at someone else's page and start focusing on your progress. Everybody's journey is different, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner you will be free. People only show you the highlight reel of their life, the perfect moments, the polished images. But you don't know what they've been through behind the scenes. You don't see the failures, the struggles, the heartaches, and the obstacles they've had to overcome. You're comparing your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel, and that's a recipe for frustration. Your path is unique to you. and it's not supposed to look like anyone else's. What people don't realize is that comparing yourself to others only limits your potential. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of doubt, insecurity, and frustration. The more you look at what others are doing, the less you focus on what you're doing. You start to second guess your abilities, your path, and your purpose. You start thinking that you're not good enough or that you'll never measure up. But listen, you are not them and they are not you. Your destiny doesn't require comparison. It requires action, consistency, and self-belief. The truth is, you'll never win by trying to be someone else. You were born with your gifts, your talents, and your vision. The moment you start looking at someone else's success and wishing you had their life is the moment you lose focus on your greatness. You are not meant to walk their path. You're meant to walk on your own. So stop comparing where you are to where someone else is and start embracing where you are in your journey. Your time will come, but it won't come by copying someone else. Instead of comparing yourself to others, start competing with the person you were yesterday. Focus on self-improvement and how you can get better every single day. Compete with your progress, your growth, and your own goals. Celebrate the small victories and use them as fuel to keep moving forward. When you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing, you'll realize you've been wasting precious energy. That energy can be channeled into working on yourself, building your dreams, and getting closer to the life you want. Remember, success isn't a zero-sum game. Just because someone else is winning doesn't mean there's less success for you. There's enough success to go around for everyone. Everyone's version of success is different, and you can't define yours based on someone else's. Stop letting someone else's success make you feel like you've fallen short. You have your journey, your dreams, your own pace. Stay focused on yours and stop letting comparison rob you of your peace. It's time to get out of the comparison trap and start focusing on what makes you unique. The moment you embrace your journey, your timeline, and your path is the moment you unlock your true potential. Stop looking around and start looking within. You've got everything you need to succeed. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Your success will never come from trying to be someone else. It will come from being the best version of yourself. Too many people think success is one big moment, one grand achievement, one massive breakthrough. They believe that if they don't make it big overnight, they're failing. But that's not how success works. Success is built on small wins day after day, step after step. The people who make it to the top aren't the ones who waited for some huge victory to change their lives. They're the ones who took small wins every single day and kept stacking them until they turned into something big. Small wins create momentum. When you accomplish something, no matter how small, it gives you confidence, builds your belief, and fuels your motivation to keep going. If you wait until you reach the big goal before you allow yourself to feel successful, you'll never be satisfied. But if you start recognizing and celebrating the small victories, you'll stay energized, focused, and ready to push forward. Progress is not about massive leaps. It's about consistent steps in the right direction. The problem is that too many people overlook their small wins because they're too busy chasing the big prize. They lose sight of the fact that every achievement, no matter how minor, is proof that they're moving forward. Maybe you woke up earlier today. Maybe you read 10 pages of a book that's making you smarter. Maybe you got a workout in when you didn't feel like it. Maybe you saved a little more money this month than last month. These are all wins and they matter. Think of it like working out. You don't see results after one day at the gym. But if you show up consistently, if you put in the effort every day, over time, the transformation happens. The same applies to every goal in life. The small, consistent actions you take today shape the person you become tomorrow. Every small win is like a brick. And if you keep stacking those bricks, eventually you'll build something incredible. But if you ignore the small wins, you'll never build anything at all. Some people feel like if they're not making huge progress instantly, they're failing. That's a lie. Winning is not about speed, it's about direction. You can move fast in the wrong direction and end up lost. But if you're taking small, steady steps in the right direction, no matter how slow it feels, you're still moving toward your goal. That's why every little win counts. Every little effort matters. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. When you learn to take small wins every day, you build discipline. You train yourself to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. You stop waiting for some future moment to be happy, and you start realizing that growth is happening every single day. The small wins may not seem like much at first, but over time they add up. They build confidence. They build resilience. They build success. Life is not about waiting for the big moment. It's about mastering the small moments. If you focus on winning each day, even in the smallest way, you will eventually win in life. Small wins create big results. And the more you recognize them, the stronger you become. Keep stacking those wins, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize you built something amazing. Life will test you, it will push you, shake you, and throw obstacles in your way that make you question everything. There will be moments when you feel like you've given all you've got and it still isn't enough. Moments when the dream feels too far away, the struggle feels too heavy, and quitting seems like the easiest option. But listen to me, never, ever give up. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never faced hardship. They are the ones who refuse to let hardship stop them. The difference between the people who make it and the people who don't is simple. The ones who make it just keep going. They don't stop when it gets hard. They don't stop when they fail. They don't stop when they feel tired, frustrated, or defeated. They dig deep, find another gear, and push through, because they know that quitting guarantees failure, but persistence guarantees growth. If you keep going, if you refuse to quit, eventually you will break through. Too many people stop right before the breakthrough. They work hard, they struggle, they put in the effort, and then right when success is around the corner, they throw in the towel. They let frustration, disappointment, and self-doubt take them out of the game. But let me tell you something. Your struggle is proof that you're getting closer. The pain, the challenges, the setbacks, these are signs that you are pushing past limits, stretching beyond your comfort zone, and growing into the person you are meant to be. There is not a single successful person who didn't feel like giving up at some point. Every entrepreneur, every athlete, every artist, every leader has had moments where they felt like quitting, but they didn't. They held on just a little longer. They found the strength to push forward even when they didn't see results yet. And because they didn't quit, they found success on the other side. The same applies to you. If you stay in the game, if you keep pushing, if you refuse to quit, you will get to where you're meant to be. When things get tough, you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Go back to the reason you began this journey. Go back to the vision you had, the goal you set, the dream that first lit a fire inside you. When the struggle feels overwhelming, don't focus on how hard it is. Focus on how far you've already come. You've survived too much, learned too much, grown too much to give up now. Keep fighting, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Quitting is the easy way out, but nothing great ever came from taking the easy way. Growth happens in the struggle. Strength is built in the challenges. Resilience is developed in the moments when you want to quit but choose to keep going anyway. Every time you push through the pain, every time you get back up after a setback, every time you refuse to give up, you are proving to yourself that you are built for this. You are stronger than you think. You have more in you than you realize. You have to decide right now that no matter what happens, you will keep going. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you will stand back up. No matter how many obstacles come your way, you will find a way through them. No matter how long it takes, you will not quit until you reach your goal. The journey may not be easy, but if you refuse to give up, the victory will be worth it.